Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is salted caramel. It's by Donut Cafe from Ollie's. There's a good variety of coffees in those boxes, in their flavored coffee boxes. And I like to pick those up. So anyway, today is going to be 89. Ew, getting too hot for me. I don't like it much past 82, but, you know, it's summer, so that Goldilocks zone temperature doesn't always happen during the summer. And especially as we get into July and August, they can be pretty hot here. It doesn't get much past 100 here usually, but you know, it does get up into the upper 80s, upper 90s, so our temperatures can get pretty warm. But thank God for air conditioning. I wouldn't have said that when I was younger because I didn't like air conditioning, but I sure like it now. So I was, one of my viewers told me what those weeds were that I was complaining about yesterday that are all over my garden beds, and they're hairy soldier or fuzzy soldier or something like that, and they are invasive, but they're also medicinal, so some people forage for those. I guess they're good for healing skin, for flus and colds, and you can eat them in a salad. They're kind of a little bit on the fuzzy side, and there's two different kinds, but I think they both do the same thing. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get rid of them. But I'll check further into it. I'm sure they'll be back next year, and maybe then I can do a little bit more investigating and seeing what you can do with them, because I sure have a lot of them. So a lot of the plants that are considered weeds are medicinal. So you can even the, what do you call them? I can't think of the name of them now. But I have a lot of them too, and they're, you know, you can eat them in a salad. I did try that, but I didn't like it much. And those sticky weeds, those are medicinal. So a lot of weeds are medicinal, but you do have to do research into them because some of them aren't so good. One year I gathered stinging nettle that had taken over the garden, and those have a lot of medicinal qualities. Purslane, a lot of the weeds that you can just go out and, you know, forage for, but you do want to, of course, this is a no-brainer, you do want to forage for them where they're not spraying. So cheers, let's try the salted caramel. I should start making iced coffee. It's very good. So I'm going to go in the garden and do some watering and weeding. We might have a shower later on today, but I want to get the watering done this morning and do some weeding in the garden because it's taking over. And it's taking the nutrients from my vegetables, which I don't want. So, all right, well, at some point I will meet you over there at the budget book. All right, well, yesterday I didn't spend any money. So that's good, 1 for 1. So probably my money spending is going to be winding up shortly because I've pretty much gotten what I've wanted to. So I don't know, I have to see as I put things where they belong if I need any additional things to go with what I already have. But I think it will be winding down soon. I have things that I need for preserving food, even though I'm thinking about saving up some money and buying an Excalibur or something along those lines so I can dehydrate more food at one time. Haven't made up my mind about that yet. But most of the preserving that I'm going to be doing will probably be dehydrating because I don't have room in the freezer. So I'm trying to eat the freezer food down somewhat so that I'll have more room for other things. But I'm not there yet. So I'm going to be spending very little money on food for the next month or two. Not that I won't buy anything. I will buy some food if I run out of things that I use all the time, but I'm not going to stock up on any food. So the money that I'm saving by eating what I already have and just replacing it is money I'm spending on other things for the garden, for my house. So even though I am spending money, it's money that I would have spent on food that I don't need. So that's the way I do things. I don't know. How do you do things? Leave me a comment below and let me know. Maybe you have a better idea, or maybe you like my idea. Whatever works. So that's what I've been doing, and like I said, I'm kind of winding down now on the buying and the spending. So we'll see. We'll see as the time goes by what I need and what I want. And if I have the money, then I will buy it. So today, the shelves came that I ordered a few days ago. So now I have my shelves. I'm not ready to put them up yet. That's not a priority right now. But I did want to get them ordered, and so that when I do have the time and the desire to do it, I'll have the shelves ready to go. So that's kind of how I shop. I buy things that I want or need, and then as I get in the mood, that's when I'll use it or put it up or whatever it is that I'm doing. So I don't have to wait then for a few days to get the item that I want. So another thing that I probably have to get yet, I don't need it right now, are more mason jars. I still have some that I haven't used. I'll use those up first. And then, but I do want to get more mason jars before everybody else buys mason jars. And, you know, you won't be able to get any. Like the one year where you couldn't find the lids. So it's always something. I try and keep ahead of those trends as much as I can. You know, like the toilet paper. I always had toilet paper. I had a stash of that. So I didn't have to run out and, you know, buy toilet paper because I had toilet paper. So I try to keep stocked up on things like that and things that other people maybe buy week to week. I have that stuff in my in-home grocery store. Now, I don't have a food hoard. You know, it doesn't go on and on and on. I have a reasonable amount of food. And like I said, I've said it several times where I just now am to a point where I just replenish what I use, and I'm no longer building a food supply. I don't find that necessary. So anyway, well, I'm going to take you out in the garden and show you some of my birds and some of my other little visitors to the bird feeder. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some work in the garden this morning. And that's my plan, to work in the garden for an hour or two every morning. Because by 11 o'clock, it starts to get hot because the sun shines on my garden starting around that time. And it stays there until about 5, 6 o'clock, and then it goes behind the house. So anyway, you know, when you have a garden, you kind of have to be mindful of when the sun shines on your garden and plant things accordingly. So, all right, well, I better get going and get some things done. Doing in there, buddy? Are you a beautiful flower? Got my little fountain set up. I still have to make a couple of adjustments to the little bumper things so the water doesn't all spill out. But I think that looks really cute. So I got that done. And I just bought some really skinny straws. It came with plastic bumper things, but I don't want to cut them yet because once they're cut, they're gone. So, but I think that looks nice. What do you think? Would you put something like that in your backyard? And I'm reusing some pots that I've had for a long time. Now this one needs to be adjusted. It's spilling all the water out, but I think that'll be perfect. Doesn't need an electrical cord or anything. So today, well, I've got some very lazy puppies. It's hot today, it's humid. So I cleaned up all these garden beds and pulled all the weeds out so it looks much better. I'm very happy with that. These flowers are doing super. I've never had these before, but they look so nice with the begonias. So I got that done, and I have to walk over dogs all the time. And over here, Bandit's always eating my flowers. He likes to eat these, so I put this thing up here, but I got all this weeded out. Got parsley, dill, flowers, rosemary. I pulled up the 2 peppers that were in the back and I planted them somewhere else. I hope it's not too hot and they grow. So, but these are beautiful and they planted themselves. I think they're black-eyed Susans, but they decided they like growing here, so there you go. My zucchini is coming in now. I trimmed this and I staked it up so that the pollinators can get to it easier. So we'll see. Last year I got like 2 or 3 zucchini, that was it. So I did the same with this. I weeded all this today, and I did that early this morning. I've got another zucchini coming there. So pulled all the weeds, and I put some fresh dirt in with it. And the peppers, the 2 peppers, this one already had a pepper growing, so, and it's got some blossoms, so I hope it doesn't go into too much of a shock. And then this one was just way hidden in the corner, so hopefully that'll grow now. So I weeded all this, weeded all that. So I did that this morning, and I have to do all these things before 11 o'clock when the heat comes in. So I got everything watered. I cut all this stuff out of here, and I'm going to set this up when my stands come in. I ordered 2 of those. So I'll probably plant something in there. I'm not sure what. But I've got a lot of peppers coming in here. Got a whole bunch of peppers. A whole bunch of blossoms, so they like it here. More peppers here, and they're different kinds. Lots of peppers in here too. So I'm going to have to figure out how I want to preserve those. So yeah, it was a very productive day in the garden. This is my gone to seed lettuce. So I'm just going to let that go. And this is what happened last year, and I just let it go, and it grew. So I still have a lot of weeding to do. But yeah, I'm real happy with these little fountains. I think that looks really nice. And I finally got my Edelweiss planted. I still have to plant all this peppermint, mint, and I'm going to put that in pots along the house after I spray it, because rodents don't like that, so maybe that'll keep them out. So anyway, I've got a guest over there at the bird feeder. And there's a lot of babies that are going to the bird feeder. And I can tell some of them are babies because they have a short tail. That one's making a big mess. Stop throwing all that seed on the floor. But I have a chipmunk that lives over there. And yeah, I think that's a baby, has a short tail. But I have a chipmunk that lives over there that cleans up all the seeds that fall down. So there's my neighbor's deck. She's got a lot of flowers out there. What? I'm sorry, am I ruining your dinner? So, alright. Here's my garden and what I got done today. And tomorrow I will start working on getting the weeds out of this part of the garden, unless it rains. I don't know, we'll see. And I have a ripe, almost ripe, this is a, what is this? Cherokee purple. So I'm going to pick this before somebody eats it. The plant isn't looking too happy, but I did get one nice tomato here. So I'm going to pick that and feed them. I think they need some food, and I need to get all these weeds out of here. So, all right, that was my adventure in the garden today. And I hope if you're gardening, your garden is doing well and is happy. Yeah, this is my project for tomorrow. All right. I will meet you inside. Well, I'm very happy with what I got accomplished today. And now it's like, okay, I'm done. I didn't do too much inside. I mainly did things outside. visited with my neighbor a little bit. We seem to be doing a lot of that lately. She's also on a roll, trying to get her house ready for when she retires. She's thinking about retiring next year, so I did that before I retired too, but I've been retired for 10 years. And she's going to be 70. Yeah, 70 in August, so she worked way longer than I did. I had no interest in working past 60, so. And I was married at the time, so I could retire early because I was on my ex-husband's health insurance. So that worked out great for me. I would work part-time every now and then, and I had a little jewelry business, so you know, I had money. My ex-husband did not support me. I had enough money where I could support myself. So we shared the bills, which was nice. You know, it is a little cheaper if you have a roommate or if it's a husband roommate or a friend roommate. It's definitely cheaper. But then when we got divorced, I was perfectly fine. You know, I didn't get anything from him. No alimony, none of that stuff, because first of all, I didn't find it necessary. And, you know, it's just like, okay, you go be happy and I'll be happy, and everything worked out just fine. So, yeah, I'm really pleased that I got a lot of that garden stuff done. I trimmed some little trees. I did quite a bit today in the garden, but I didn't get anything done inside. But I did clear off my counter. Yay me. Somebody said you'd have a whole lot more counter space if you didn't have so much clutter on your counter. And it's like, well, that's true. But a lot of times when I go grocery shopping and I run out of steam, I just put my groceries on the counter until I'm ready to put them away. And that works for me. And besides, I would not use this counter for prepping or anything because my stove is over there. So I'd have to prep here, walk all the way over there. No, that would not work for me. And that's why I'm getting that little kitchen island cart thing put together. I think that'll work out just fine. So, yeah, I'm not doing another darn thing today. I'm going to hop in the shower, and then I'm going to call it a day. My neighbor and I said, oh, let's meet outside later and we'll have a glass of wine. So it's like, well, okay, we'll see what happens. It's not too bad out there. It's not real sunny, but it is kind of humid. So I don't know if she'll feel like it. Right now, I don't feel like it, but we'll see. So, all right, my friends, I'll meet you tomorrow. If you have an inkling to come and visit with me and have coffee with me, I'd love that. And leave me a comment below. Let me know what's going on in your life, because I really love to read your comments. And I love when you guys talk to each other in the comments. I read all the comments. And I try and comment back on everything as well. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. And thanks for watching.